Shalom. What's going on, Israel? Hallelujah. Welcome to the TOL channel. We're going to get into it today. Your host, Yeshua Yisrael. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like the video. Share the video. Everything I got is for sharing, man. We got to get the word out. We got to wake Israel up, especially the remnant. And those who want to follow the Most High only. If you can't get the notifications on YouTube, because YouTube might be messing up or whatever, make sure you follow Instagram and my Twitter page. The information is on the top of this page. It's right up there. Both different handles for each Twitter and Instagram. So remember to follow that so you can get all the updates. Also, we're about to get in this topic right now, man. Nationality. Because we're at this, it's looking like we're at this standstill as far as the people, well, as far as Israelites go, that we don't know exactly that we're not, I mean, we don't really know that we're not all the same. You get what I'm saying? And it's getting, especially in the news and just, I mean, just basic nationalism. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to know that we're not all the same, man. You get what I'm saying? This isn't last captivity. I mean, this is not the last captivity, but I'm just saying as far as the Egyptian captivity, this isn't where it was just the Egyptians and the Israelites and all the other black people besides the Africans were Israelites. You know what I'm saying? It's not as easy as that right now. You know what I'm saying? When we're in Egypt, all the other nations, as far as the ones that look like us, they were living in their land still, man. You know what I'm saying? The Israelites were in the captivity. The sons of Jacob were in Egypt dwelling and in bondage. You get what I'm saying? Not the sons of Esau, not the sons of Ishmael. You know what I'm saying? It was the sons of Jacob. So, you know what I'm saying? Say that to say this. We're going to go forth. I'm not going to make this video too long. It's going to be an introduction to when I get in more in depth with the nationality and everything. So, I wouldn't necessarily say this would be a quick video, but it's going to be just, I'm not going to use that much scriptures. It's going to be mostly just, you know what I'm saying, illustrations and diagrams of, and just understanding of what nationality is and what race is. So let's get into it, man. So right now, if you're looking at this map that I have up on the computer, you can see we have the earth, or what we know as the earth, what they tell us is the earth. Now, if you understand, man, the reason why we're so lost is not necessarily, of course we're lost because the Most High, you know what I mean, scattered us, and basically as Negroes, not as Israelites, but just as Negroes in general, we have a, what can I say here? We have an inferior, is that what I want to say? We have like some type of inferior, we feel like we're inferior based on the colonization and the migration of other races, as far as, not other races, but as far as other nations, as far as Spaniards and Europeans and Russians and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Just because they brought terror and fear to the west side of the world, you know what I'm saying? All the original black people over here, just, you know what I mean? Even if you were in slavery or not, it still affects us. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing just to keep notice on why everything. Hold on, let's see here. Why everything on this side of the earth, on the west, is so diverse, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no real nationality. There's no real knowledge of who's who. You know what I'm saying? Everybody over here is fine. You know what I'm saying? This been rocking for decades, for centuries. You know what I'm saying? As far as we all know, the Europeans were the you know what I'm saying, the modern day conquerors. You know what I'm saying? So as far as that goes, they never, of course they have their spots over here, you know what I'm saying, in the Eastern world. We understand that. But it's not as big as it is over here. You get what I'm saying? Over here, yeah, they might have conquered some places, you know what I'm saying, Middle East, South Africa, you know what I mean? It might, but they never really dwelt there. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different story. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, these people might have been conquered, but they were never separated. You get what I'm saying? That's the big difference. You know what I'm saying? Everyone over here was conquered and separated. When you bring a war and famine and destruction, it causes a lot of dispersion around the land. You get what I'm saying? So this is the reason why, even if you were in Africa and you came to over here and you were a Shemite, you were a Negro, you know what I'm saying? You can come over here and still don't know who you are because it's so scattered. You get what I'm saying? These lands have been taken over. So today I could be someone from, let's say, Turkey, and 3 generations later, that my offspring, just because I was, let's say I'm from Turkey and I had my offspring in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? 3 generations later, in today's world, we can now say that my offspring is Jamaican. You get what I'm saying? And Jamaican is not even a biblical nationality. That's just, you know what I'm saying, terms that are made up today. So a lot of these nations in here, we don't know based on scripture, but some are. But when you go to the eastern side of the world, you know what I'm saying, we all know that all these nations over here are all familiar with each other. You know what I'm saying? If you go to Sudan, most of the Sudanese people look the same. You go to Ethiopia, most of the Ethiopians look the same. You go to Nigeria, most of the Nigerians look the same. You go to Angola, most of the, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You go to India, damn near all the Indians look the same. You get what I'm saying? So on this side of the world, it's not like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care where you're from. You could be born in damn Mexico. I don't give a damn. Be born in Ecuador. I'm not going to call you Ecuadorian. Because this side of the earth has been conquered, man. You know what I'm saying? Go back to my old videos, man. You know what I'm saying? This side of the world has been conquered. So you calling yourself a Jamaican? No, you ain't no damn Jamaican. You calling yourself a Haitian? No, you ain't no damn Haitian. You know what I'm saying? As simple as that, man. So that's the first part. We go over that. Now, what I want to get into next is let's go over some race, man. This is the and it's real big because race is obviously an issue today in the world, but it's not a big issue in the sense that we don't know what race really is. You know what I'm saying? What's really going on in the world is nationality. You know what I'm saying? As far as Israelites go, there's one nation of Negroes that this entire world, you know what I'm saying, is trying to stop. So they have to bring the entire world down to bring us down. Because what are we supposed to be doing? Israelites are supposed to be here to house the spirit of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So if whoever's in charge can get the entire world to house the spirit of wickedness of the devil, then they have to bring everybody down. You know what I'm saying? And to bring us down, the ones that are opposite of it, they have to bring the entire world down. So it's not necessarily saying all black people are being destroyed. No, it's not about that. All races are being destroyed. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who you are. You're getting destroyed in different ways. You hear what I'm saying? So let's hop into it, man. So let's say this is race number 1. Now I try to figure out the best way I can explain this, because I know a lot of people still don't understand it. People think just because I'm black and I'm from America, we're all the same. No, man, it's not. It's deeper than that. So let's get into this, man. So we got race 1 right here, race 2, and race 3. Now this is the best way I could really point out, so anyone that's learning or just coming into this truth, or even people that know this truth that still need a little bit of understanding to their game, you know what I'm saying? This could be helpful the way I'm about to explain this. So right here we got the fishes of the seas, right? So let's say race 1, race 2, race 3. What are the difference between these races? You know what I'm saying? Race 1, we understand that these races of fish right here, this race of fish right here, all have scales and fins. You get what I'm saying? So that would be like your salmon, your tilapia, etc., stuff like that. There's a bunch of them. You get what I'm saying? And what do we have for the second race? The second race is your shellfish. Now, we know they all look different, and we know there's a bunch of different types of shellfish. You know what I'm saying? You got your lobsters, crab, shrimp, oyster. You know what I'm saying? All those are shellfish. And that would be considered one race. You get what I'm saying? Not necessarily have to do with color. And that's another thing I'm gonna get into just after this, after get this third one down. So let's go to race number 3. Race number 3 is your fish with no scales at all. So you got your eels, your shark, your stingray, your whales. You know what I'm saying? That would be considered a race. You get what I'm saying? And what do you notice between race, just off the bat here, race 1 and race 3, you can have the same color people. Color ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Take this shark and take this fish right here. The same color, right? Are all sharks the same color? No. Are all scale fish the same color? No. You get what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily about color, because we don't know what happened in history. You know what I mean? We know that they messing with genetics and all the stuff going on with the Nephilim, and we, you know what I mean? You know, they try to change colors of skins and all that. So we don't know what's going down in history, but we just know today that race is much bigger than just color. Now, for granted, now we do know, just based off looking off the majority of people, just say that I pick, like you look at me, you would say I'm a Negro, all right? You know what I'm saying? Most people get away with that. But, you know what I mean, we have a lot of mixing in between races. So this is what in humans causes, you know what I mean, the confusion of faces, which is totally different from the fish world. But you can see, as in the fish world, you know what I mean, you can tell the different types. You know what I'm saying? And this is all correlated to how the earth is set up with humans. Now let's go. Now remember now let's say that all Negroes around the world are race 1. You know what I'm saying? And in race 1, we have Jacob, we have Esau, we have Ishmael. You know what I'm saying? All those nations within that race. You know what I'm saying? So let's let's chop it down, man, because it's kind of hard to understand that we all out here ain't the same. Period. You know what I'm saying? So this is how you know. Now, of course, we all look different, because what ended up happening. So just like I said, one of those races, like say we're the scale fish. So we're Shem. Terah is a descendant of Shem. So we know look at this. Let's say that we're the scale fish, and Terah had Abraham, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran had his descendants, La, Iscah, Milcah. Nahor had Bethuel, and Abraham had Isaac and Ishmael, and and all these nations down here. Jotan, Midian, you know what I'm saying? He had that with his wife, Keturah. And he had Ishmael with Hagar, and he had Isaac with Sarah. Now, so we know all this is one race, right? And why do we have different nations within this one race? Now you can see the Most High cut it off at some point in time. He had to cut it off and solidify the nations. He can't just keep going on and everyone just keep multiplying and we make new nations, because then we would have no present or any future. You know what I'm saying? We would just be just a lost society with no one belonging to anyone. You hear what I'm saying? So we can already see here, look, Milcah comes from Haran. Milcah comes from Haran. And Milcah and Nahor made Bethuel. Bethuel then made Rebekah, which Rebekah was with Isaac, which made Esau and Jacob. So you already know, and you see this over here. Abraham made Isaac. You know what I'm saying? So if Abraham made Isaac, and Abraham came from Terah, and Terah came from Terah made Haran. All these people look the same, man. You know what I'm saying? We're mixing with each other. But at the end of the day, when we finally make these nations, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that, I'm not saying that we all have to look the same, but you can tell once this happens, like Abraham over here, he married a different, not even in Shem. You know what I mean? Hagar and Keturah were both Hamites. You know what I'm saying? Now they're still a dark race. They're still gonna look like us, but there's no difference between what Abraham did. I mean, there is a difference, but it's not much of a difference because Abraham is still the seed of under Terah, and Haran is still the seed under Terah as well. You get what I'm saying? So all these seeds, they're gonna look different. They're still under that same race. But there's a majority of, you know what I'm saying, those races. The Most High told them, the majority of those nations under the races. What do you think the Most High said? You know what I'm saying? He's going to bless the nation. He's going to bless Abraham. He's going to have many nations. You know what I'm saying? It's not all, you know what I'm saying? We get caught up thinking, basically with the way that we think today, we might as well say all of Europe is Esau. Like, all the Asians, people are really out here saying all the Asians are Moab. Like, no, man. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. Now you're saying the whole world is Shem. And if you're not an Israelite, then you're a Hamite. You know what I'm saying? An Israelite is a subset. An Israelite is a subset of a Shemite. You know what I'm saying? A Hamite and a Shemite is on the same level. You can't put Israelite and a Hamite on the same level. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You could put Israelite and an Egyptian on the same level and say, you know what I'm saying? But you can't, that's now you're dealing with one nation. You know what I'm saying? But as far as an Israelite and a Hamite, that don't make sense, man. There's many Hamites. If you go to, you look at the map, go to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Just like I told you, man. You look at Africa. You go look at China. Just look at China, man. Go look at Asia. I'm sorry, but China for sure. South Korea, Japan. All these are in the same vicinity of each other. You know what I'm saying? But they're all different nations. And they all know that they're different from ages ago. They never lost themselves. You know what I'm saying? The Japanese will never say that he's a Chinese. And a Chinese will never say that he's a Japanese. You know what I'm saying? They never went up in there and got conquered. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think happened on this side of the world? You know what I'm saying? This side of the world is going crazy. And that's what I'm gonna go over in my next video. I'm gonna shed light on Moab, Ammon, Esau, and how they cannot be these other nations that we think they are. You know what I'm saying? There are Negroes living amongst us and living overseas. You know what I'm saying? But this is just an introduction to what this whole series is gonna be about. I'm really gonna harp on to this. But you can already, but just like I said with these races, man, it's simple. You know what I mean? You group them up. So if you want to call these the Negroes right here, if you want to call these the African Hamites right here, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to digest. Yeah, we might look the same, but we from another stock. But then within our stock, we got many different subsets of people. You know what I'm saying? Many different subsets. These will be the subsets right here. We'll look at my mouse. Subset 1, subset 2. You know what I mean? Subset 3, 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? All the subsets are the nations, man. So we're all gonna be similar, but we're not gonna look the same. Of course, we're not gonna all look the same. But we're all gonna be similar in a way, like all the races and all the shellfish. You know what I'm saying? They all don't look the same. You know what I'm saying? But they all, what do they have? They all have that shell on them. You get what I'm saying? So we can easily clarify, oh, that's the races of shellfish. You know what I'm saying? They all don't look the same, just like all the Asians. Oh, those are all the Asians over there. But they're not all the same. You get what I'm saying? So this is just an introduction to what I'm gonna do. We're gonna really get in depth with it. This is part 1 of the video. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Remember to follow the social media accounts on Instagram and on Twitter. Just started a Twitter one up not too long ago. Switched my one on Instagram to TOL channel. So I got a lot of you that I followed on my old Instagram on this channel's page. So if you can't get the updates on YouTube, please come back. We're gonna keep this going, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. This is Yeshua. I'm gone. Peace.